you carry the love of Source at all times. December 12, 2013. Your society has been taught to believe that an embrace of inner and outer liberation is impossible, and this is reflected with the manner in which many go about their daily jobs, and experience ways of living and being that don't resonate with the experiences they'd really like to have. The idea is taught that you must accept your fate instead of looking beyond your current experience into something much more expanded and infinite. You no longer have to believe in illusory limitation or lack, because you possess the ordained ability to transcend it. You can transcend every aspect of the lower vibrational experience that no longer works for you, and in doing so, you'll find that you are and have always been eternal spiritual beings. So much awaits you when you can reach the heightened perception many of you are just beginning to reach. Though what many of you have perceived already has been great, it's only a preview of what you're going to experience when reaching certain strides along your growth. You've only just begun to feel the greatest feelings creation has for you, and you've only just glimpsed into the spiritual realms many of you now work actively to help others glimpse. Even still, the glimpses you've been given have been wonderful indeed and have motivated and inspired many of you to become active conduits for higher dimensional energy that spreads to every facet of consciousness around you. So much to feel and do. Understanding the love of spirit will help every soul on your planet lay down the perceived need to bicker over differences that no longer have to keep you apart. Your love at your very core, and no earthly difference can take this away from you or convince you that you're separate from each other forever. Indeed you're not, and in fact, you maintain a strong connection with each other in every moment. When you can understand the strength of the connection you share with each other, you can build upon it and work together to help bring your planet into the light. Your ability to feel and radiate a good vibration is growing, even when it doesn't seem to be so, and will recommend letting yourselves rest when you feel it's necessary because you have so much still to feel and do. When you let yourselves take the necessary time and energy to rest, the result can be increased motivation when the time comes for you to resume your various efforts for the Earth's ascension. It'll also benefit you immensely to know that even when you feel as if you aren't doing much for the Earth's ascension, your presence on the Earth is heralding much more change than you'd readily believe. We mention this often, and we do so because we feel it's important for you to understand that holding and anchoring the love vibration is potent work in and of itself. You have so much work to do for the betterment of the planet, dearest awakening starlights, and we ask you to see the importance and value of your presence on the Earth, because the majority of souls on your world have been lost in the mucky waters of unawareness and have been temporarily unable to perceive of something better. Your presence on the Earth is helping lighten the collective vibration, and is helping more people become aware that a reality of love and bliss exists just beyond their conscious understanding. This reality is yours to open up to, and your effort to do just that will continue to bear fruit as your perception continues to refine and deepen. Rapid change and transformation. Expansion has been a big theme for many of you, and this is because you've entered a potent time in your evolution wherein rapid change and transformation are the rules of the day. When you feel as if you're losing your grip on reality, and we note that some of you have felt this way recently, understand that the opposite is actually true. In your darkest hour, understand that you're a divine being who's simply going through the earthly motions and experiencing the density of your planet so that you can be skilled in helping as many others around you as possible climb out of that density. The ultimate mission of many of you has been to help awaken your populace, and whether you reach out in the physical and awaken just a few souls or many, you're doing a great and needed thing for your collective and will continue to support you with unending love and appreciation for your efforts. We ask you to let any pressure you've put on yourselves fade as you see that you're in complete and full control of your reality and can steer your paths in the directions that work best for you. When making this request, I speak for every soul and collective comprising these higher dimensions who are actively focused on the Earth's ascension, and when we speak through channels we almost never speak solely for ourselves. Rather, we speak as a unified collective entity, And if there's anything that can be learned from this, it's that more than billions of souls can easily come together and enjoy each other's uniqueness and individuality while still understanding that we all come from the same source who cares and loves for us deeply. We all originate in the realms of full consciousness wherein an undistorted understanding of ourselves as source is prevalent, and you're growing back toward realms wherein the lower dimensional blinders you've worn throughout your venture will be replaced with a sense of uninhibited higher dimensionality that you'll vastly enjoy experiencing again. As you go about your earthly ventures, remember the refined colors and sounds comprising the realms you're growing back toward. Remember the richness of life and the strong and pure manner in which you can maintain a constant connection with the love you are at your core, because when connecting with your omnipotent love, nothing about your experience has to bring you down. This concept will continue to be repeated, because we intend to do all we can to help you understand it in the realest sense possible. Truly, accessing the love of your sacred heart space will help the illusion melt away as you grasp the idea of no longer having to feed into it. Your higher self will be there. You don't have to feed into the lower inclined mechanisms of the earth experience, and rather, you can be a constant instrument of expression for your higher self. The higher selves of each of you desire for you to open back up to the sacred connections you possess with each other, because there's so much for you to absorb and understand, and your higher self, who's experienced what you have and can aptly give guidance, is and will be there to fill in the missing pieces. Do you feel a strengthened connection with a deeper facet of yourself, or do you feel as if such a connection is unattainable because of the density of the earth experience that can weigh you down and convince you that spiritual reality is illusion? It certainly isn't, though we note that it can seem anything but real if your connection with it isn't as strong as it can be. You're exiting the lower vibrations and rediscovering previous versions of yourselves who continue to come up for transmutation and release, and allowing yourselves to go with the flow and to cease attempting to exert too much mental control over your existence will benefit you greatly. Of course, utilizing mind and ego is necessary as you go about your lower dimensional experience, but the extent to which you allow mind or ego to take over or influence your decisions too heavily can determine the type of experience you'll have. Utilizing mind and ego in healthy ways can assist you greatly, but allowing them to take over is what keeps many awakening seekers back from living a life of bliss and fulfillment. We'll conclude this communication with a reminder that you're in a time of heightened energy that's calling you to see beyond your respective constructed selves and enter into a clear and pure reality that your strong ability to access and feel might surprise you. You carry the love of Source within at all times and can handle every bit of difficulty thrown your way, because what you perceive as difficulty is ordained to be experienced as a facet of your ongoing testing. You're testing yourselves and your ability to remain in a calm center when presented with various things that could take you out of it, and when you feel as if difficult experiences are piling up, call upon us to help lift your burdens and remind you of the love of your existence. We're here, forever and always, and will continue to be with each of you, especially those of you who don't feel as if we're near at all. Thanks and praise to Yah, Source and my higher self. Channeled by Wes Annac. WesAnnac.com. AquariusParadigm.com